Hi, welcome to this week's Fundraising Friday. This week we continue our conversations about grant writing by talking about some of the internal concerns that can occur when you receive grant funding or when you are applying for grant funding. First thing you want to ask yourself is, do I have the support of the board, the executive director, whomever in the organization needs to support grant seeking activities? It takes a long time to seek grant funding, and those grants don't always come to fruition in a timely manner. So make sure you've got organizational support. Second of all, do I have the support of the program staff or the people who will need to implement whatever programs we receive grants for? You want to make sure that they are willing to help discuss the projects that you're seeking grants for and are willing to help you write and provide what my former boss used to call the intellectual fuel to allow you to write the grant application. Now, in some smaller in some smaller organizations, those are all one and the same person, which makes it a little bit easier. So then the question is, do you have the intellectual fuel and the time to be able to develop program concepts and then write the application? Third, you want to make sure that you have the accounting mechanisms in place. You will need to report back to the funder what you spent these funds on. Some of them require that you keep a separate account for your grant funds. Others will just want to know that you implemented the program as you said and that you spent the amount of money that you said you were going to spend on it. So you need to make sure you have those accounting principles and practices in place to allow you to successfully report on those funds. Finally, you need to make sure that you have the evaluation mechanisms in place. Increasingly, grant funders are looking for specific outcomes. Are you able to measure those outcomes for your organization so that you can report back that, yes, I was able to feed 50 hungry children, and yes, their test scores went up as we said they were going to? Those are some of the internal concerns you want to look at when you are writing grant applications or deciding whether or not to expand your grant program. That's this week's Fundraising Friday. Thanks. Have a great weekend.